How do you get this damn thing off? God damn. Really, Crust? Dinah Jolie here, aka SirenbellaSays. I want to welcome you back to my channel. Still have my crest whitening strips in. Super excited about today's video because I'm going to be testing out the brand spanking new Patrick Star approved Benefit BOIING Concealer in the shade number 3. If we compare these two side by side, you've got your 5 mils, you've got your 15 mils. The Benefit BOIING Cakeless Concealer is going to run you $22 on the benefit.com website. The Too Faced Concealer is going to run you $29. 22 versus 29, 5 mils versus 15 mils. The Too Faced is definitely the better value, hands down. Let's just dive right in it. I'm going to go in with one eye first. It looks just like, oh my god, it's so cute, like an eraser. As far as packaging goes, I think the Benefit Concealer definitely wins. You open her up and you've got a standard, angled, really cute doe foot. I do have quite a bit of discoloration. I've got my wrinkles. I've got my, red eyes. So let's go in with my right eye, and we're going to go into that first layer and see if we can build her up. I'm going to go visit my sister at her place of work today. She's working her first bar shift at this particular bar and restaurant, and she's really, really excited. All right, first impressions is that it's a super light formula. It's moving where I want her to go. She definitely shears out with the, lightly dampened sponge. And I'm trying to get her up under that lash line where I have a lot of the discoloration, and whatever excess I'm bringing back up. Oh, those few dots definitely spread a long way. All right, round 1. Layer 1, layer none. So it definitely helped to conceal. It has definitely brightened my under eye. You can still see a lot of discoloration peeking through. You can still see the redness, and you can still see the discoloration on my eyelid. However, it's a marked improvement to this side. It looks like, 2 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep. So let's see if we can get to 6 hours of sleep. So what I do know is that this shade for me, shade 3, this would not be I have a naked face and I put a few dots of concealer. This would be a concealer that I would use to brighten the center of my face and to highlight. Absolutely. If you're my skin twin, shade 3 is a highlighting shade. It is not a concealing shade. I want to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way in Shortbread, which is more my skin tone, and then maybe layer it with, what should I do? Okay, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way in Shortbread and see. Immediately I can tell that the Too Faced has a much creamier consistency. The other one is much more powdery. And I do normally like to let the Too Faced sit for a while, but just for the sake of solidarity, I'm gonna power through. First thing I notice is that the Too Faced concealer is a lot more yellow toned. And like the Benefit concealer, it is super, it likes to be blended with a sponge. And I'm using my Wet n Wild sponge. Full transparency, I feel that that one layer of the Too Faced Born This Way achieved what 3 layers of the Benefit. However, that does not take away from the fact that I think the Benefit formula did a hell of a good job of brightening a once very dull looking under eye. I want to see if these two play well together. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the BOIING, and let's go ahead and see how she plays with Miss Too Faced over here. All right, taking my Wet n Wild sponge, and immediately, no problems. I can tell. Nothing weird is happening. Blending out super easily. It's not grabbing on any texture. I mean, I don't think that my under eye has ever been this damn bright. Real talk. Like I can't wait to put on my foundation. I feel super bright. I mean, I could just throw on a powder foundation, some bronzer, and some lip gloss, and I'd be out the door. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly mist my face again. I'm going to go in with some foundation, just a light layer of foundation. And when I come back, we will see the finished look. I'm super excited. I might even do some highlighting in the center of my forehead, but I'll see when I get there. All right, don't go anywhere. All right, here we are with one layer of foundation blended all over the face and kind of into that concealer, but I didn't bring the foundation all the way up. From where we started, my complexion just looks, I know we have just killed the word natural, but it looks skin-like. It looks like I'm rested. Nothing crazy going on under the eyes where you're like, holy shit, you know, I just came back from the club. It's just a really nice, accessible, approachable base. You can still see my skin coming through, but that's not the focus of today's video. I don't want a blanked out look. I never want a blanked out look. I am gonna go in with one more layer of this Benefit Boing just to see if I can get those inner corners brightened just a pinch more. Like, I'm gonna try to run it right there. And I am gonna hit that inner corner there because that's the first area that tends to reveal my darkness. And I am gonna hit, it does say it's waterproof, so I'm gonna let it sit for a second. Where I water the most, my chin does not water, but it does get super red. And then sometimes I put a little brightening concealer here just to kind of lift the corners of my mouth. I can tell this is going to become a concealer that I reach for every day. I mean, I think that this concealer could be used if you want to achieve full beat. I think that it could be a perfect day-to-day concealer. Are you going to run through it pretty quickly? Yeah, at the price point of $22, you know, there are a ton of, you know, of what I would say are decent drugstore concealers out there. The only ones that I found that I really, really like are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, but the only dilemma is it doesn't have a shade that's brightening enough for me. That tends to be my issue. Like, I'll find a concealer formula that I like, but I won't find my appropriate shade. The one thing about these higher end formulas, you know, are they necessarily better? I don't know. I think sometimes they are, but I also think that the shade ranges tend to be more inclusive. I mean, comparatively, the, you know, Benefit with the 12 shades, the Too Faced Born This Way with 35 shades, but, you know, the Benefit releases a new one, so who knows, you know, they could very well be releasing, you know, some new shades in the near future. So from far away, you can tell I look super bright, and when I get super close, like, it's really pretty. It's really pretty. All right, I'm gonna hop off, do a light dusting of powder, throw on some bronzer, some lipstick, and some mascara, and then we will wrap up here. Bugs, I'm back. My face is on. I'm ready to head out the door and go visit my sister on her first bar shift. I will be checking in throughout the day to see how the concealer wears, and at the end of the night, we will do a side-by-side comparison from how we started and how we ended the day, and see if this full day 24-hour waterproof claim does in fact stand true. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. Make sure to smash that subscribe button before you leave, and don't go too far. I will be right back. This is what my makeup looks like outside. Aside from the fact that my eyes haven't stopped watering, I'm pretty happy so far. I'm gonna wait a little bit for the makeup to warm up, and then we will reevaluate later. I will check in when I get to the bar. Hi, bugs. I just left my sister's job. Her bar is so cute. They decorated for Halloween. I was expecting something totally different. It's like dark, it's big. They have like a huge indoor dining room, big outdoor patio. You can bring your dogs. Bar is seats probably about 30. They got like top 40 music playing, you know, and there's like people of all races and ages, and it reminds me kind of Cheers, but like 2019. So, and she looked so beautiful behind the bar. So Lena, if you're watching, I'm gonna start crying. I'm so proud of you, and I hope you make all the money. So anyway, checking in for my concealer. I had to check and see if it's waterproof. Yeah, I got a compliment on my skin. This woman told me my skin looked beautiful. I never get compliments on my skin, so it was like, wow. Anyway, I ate a delicious grilled cheese. Now I'm back on the road. I have to go to the post office and then to pick my son up from school right around 3. So yeah, I'll catch up with you all in a bit. I don't think I told you what time it is. It's 1:30. My original check-in time was noon, so it's been on for about an hour and a half, and things are looking really, really good. I always think I like the idea of, you know, a half updo, but I really love bugs. I'm back. What time is it? It's 5:01. Not exactly the longest wear test. I've done a lot of crying today. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm super sensitive. No, it's not my period. I don't have a fucking uterus. So, can a girl have a feeling? Anyway, I'm a little salty. Can't quite pinpoint what it is, but sometimes I just have to let my feelings be my feelings. And I figured, you know, the irony, I'm testing out a waterproof concealer. So, comparing, you know, as you can see, I've got smudges under my eyes, and I didn't want to disrupt the concealer by like trying to wipe it away, so I kind of just kept it where it is. I can't say my eyes are looking heavy, but I don't know. I think maybe 3 layers was too much, but I wanted to build up the coverage enough to see, you know, what kind of high impact we could make, and I think we definitely made it. I think a light set is the best way to go. I don't think you want to do any heavy baking with powders underneath unless you already have a super smooth under eye. I think I need to, unless you find your perfect shade, I think a little color correction first with if you're my skin twin, with a peachier tone, and then going in with, you know, a dot or 2 of the Benefit. I think that would work wonders for brightening. I loved what it did to the center of my face. The foundation that I'm wearing, I'm not going to reveal because I'm going to be revealing it on my channel in the upcoming days. But it is a super hot, humid day. I didn't set my face with a ton of powder. So, you know, everything's still in place. The coverage is still there. I'm dewy. And again, here's what my under eye looks like. So I'm going to keep playing with this Benefit Boing Concealer. I am not disappointed that I tried it. If I could say anything to Benefit, I would say I really hope that you continue to expand the range. I would even like to see a larger bottle size, perhaps. That's, you know, a reasonable price point. You know, when you have concealers like Too Faced Born This Way, you know, 10 mils, which is basically the size of a standard foundation, I feel like to stay competitive after, you know, a company has released such a bulletproof, you know, tried and true, tested concealer formula, I think anyone following the steps of Too Faced, you know, need to come with their full, you know, their full arsenals. Do I recommend it? I do. I do. I think you'll enjoy it. Again, primarily as a brightening concealer. If you have purchased it or tried it, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on it. If it worked for you, how did you make it work for you? Do you think it's a sponger? Do you think it needs a brush? Did you use your fingers? Please comment down below. You know, teach us. Where, you know, we are at your mercy. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Please subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram and as well as on YouTube. Your support means everything to me, and it really will help me to grow my channel and, you know, and realize my dreams of becoming a full-time, you know, independent YouTube content creator. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.